Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Suzanne, and these are some nail polish purchases that July, I'm trying to remember if these two were maybe June. I've been buying still, but not, I don't think as much. I did get, because it was Polish Pickup Rewind, so I did get this. This was off of Sweet and Sours, and getting ahead of myself, so let's get into swatching these. The first two I picked up, I was just walking around the Dollar Tree, trying to kill some time, so I saw this display of these LA Colors. This is the Color Craze Gel Extreme Shine Color Shifting Topper. And I think they were like $253, something like that. So I thought this was pretty. Actually, I didn't realize this one was a topper at first, so we'll find out. Oh, I'm sorry. This is called Nova. And it's basically like a multi-chrome, purple, brown, gold, copper shift. Hopefully you can see all that. Going to swatch them on a clear swatch wheel. And I have some other nail polishes, the older ones that I've done, so I can top them over that. See how this goes. Yeah, it is a little sheer. I didn't realize that. And I know most people know LA Colors, but that's their brush. It's a little squat. It does look very pretty, though. Hopefully you can see that. I always say that, and then when I get to editing, you can't really tell. So I'm just going to put the cap back on so I don't knock them over. The second one I found, which is kind of unusual for me, is a pink shimmer topper. This one I knew was a topper because you could pretty much tell it's in a clear base. And this is called Sunray. And it's the same line, the Color Shifting Topper Limited Edition. Yeah, it's got some, besides pink, let's see. We've got, so I'm getting over a cold, so I'm sniffling a little. Gold, it's not a big shifting polish, but it looks like it's mostly pink. But that is pretty good. I tell you, it looks a lot better than the Sally Hansen ones that I've had and are destashing because I was disappointed in them. For a lot cheaper. And then there is Polish Pickup Rewind, like I was saying before. This one I missed. I don't know if this is the third time it came back or maybe the second. I can't remember. But I saw Hillary from Mediocre Manny's talk about this, and I've thought about it ever since. I'm usually not into these colors, but I'm starting to get there. So this is, I like it when the red water comes out. This is from Rewind. She did not label as a 2.0, so I'm assuming it's the same formula. I had no idea about this cartoon. I don't really watch them, any of that, so I had no idea. I still don't really know. I just know it's called Salad Fingers, but that's it. But this is probably one everybody's seen. So this cost more than I really wanted to pay because there's nothing else on the Sweet and Sour site that I purchased, so, I had to pay shipping. I don't mind. I just would have preferred to maybe at least 2 polishes, but there were some pretty ones, but there weren't anything different than what I had, so I didn't want to just get another bottle for the sake of shipping, which would end up cost more than shipping anyway. So I just thought this was unique. This is, I didn't even read the description. It's a dark olive base with a pink to copper shimmer. And you could definitely see it in the bottle. To see when the second coat comes on. The next one was one of those, they call them a lemming. This is from Bee's Knees Lacquer, and this is Dumacorn, and I know the maker made it a 2.0. She made it a 2.0 since she wasn't sure it was the exact same ingredients or something, or colors like that. I cannot think. And this is Cool Tone Purple with green to blue shimmer. Now, I kicked myself because I never bought it, and then the prices went crazy on the original. And I was not going to pay that. And then I kind of wrote it off. And then I saw she was bringing it back, so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get it. Even if I end up not liking it, at least I'm not going to kick myself again, so. And it's another sheer polish. Hopefully that can be built up, or I can put it over another color. The next one was kind of, I was on the fence about. This is from Rogue, and it's Poison Apple. And this is a green Crowley with green, red, and black flakies. Now, I had a couple Cuticular ones like this, and they were pretty, but they weren't for me. Like, when I got them on, I didn't really love them. But again, I didn't want to miss it on the rewind and then be sad, or I guess it's that FOMO thing, which I hate, but... So I figured I'd get it. Worst case, I can donate it, or maybe somebody else would want it or whatever, but I've seen so many pictures of it, and I thought it was pretty cool looking. It's of course, it's another one that you probably have to sponge on to get it as opaque, or put it over a black or something. And this is the first time I'm swatching any of these, so. There seems to be a dark spot right here. I should put my other light on. So I'm, obviously going to wear these and interested in see how they are. This is DRK. I missed this the first go around. This is Happy 2025. It is a magnetic aqua green gold with Aurora shimmer. It sold out before I logged in, and then I didn't bother going back in because I think they added a few more. So since it came back, I figured I would get it because I saw some. Let me just check it up. I saw some swatches, and they looked absolutely stunning. So, I mean, that blue is crazy. Now I know when I do my nails, the magnetic stripe or whatever I'm doing with it doesn't. I cannot get these bottles open lately. Doesn't always hold because I don't sit there for a half hour or 15 minutes or whatever it's supposed to dry. But I don't mind when it disperses. Sometimes it looks kind of cool. So this is from DRK. This is the second one I have from DRK. I like the other one I had too. So you can see it there. And I will be back with the second coats in a second. I won't make you wait. Okay, let's do the second coats. This is the LA Colors Nova. And then we'll put it over one of these other colors. I also have the swatch ring, I guess I would call it, from my blues destash videos. So I can also put it over that. And I do have the next one ready to film. I at least got all the colors together and wrote down the descriptions. This one, if you don't mind the visible nail line, might not be bad. Actually, maybe 3 coats would even build it up to solid. That's really pretty. I have to give it to LA Colors. It's pretty nice. This was just an experiment. I ended up not liking it. So, see it over a brown mocha color. And it looks really nice over the brown too. Could probably do that if you don't want to put in 3 coats. So I'm actually happy I found those. I'm trying to talk myself out because I don't need more polish. I mean, nobody really needs it anyway, but sometimes you just gives you that little boost. This is Sunray, so I'm actually glad I picked these up. And Sunray, I'm gonna get polish all over my hands. It's right here. It's nice and sparkly. Let's put it over this blue. Actually, let me show you this first. That's Sunray. I think this one could be probably built up too. And of course, I'm going to be near there tomorrow. Yeah, that does a really nice. See, I had bought a few Sally Hansen's, and I expected it to look like this, and it did. And I was very disappointed, especially when they're like, what are they? It's like $12 or something like that now, which I think is quite high. Okay, what was next in order? I like it when when the red water comes out. Sweet and sour. I think this is my only sweet and sour. Yeah, I do like that, and that's pretty solid and or opaque, I should say. I keep saying solid, opaque in 2 coats. I have to change my nails today, so I'm trying to decide what I feel like. I have this really pretty neon light green from Color Club, but I haven't been in the mood for some reason. I don't know why. Doomicorn 2.0. I want to call it Moonicorn after Mooncast, which I do have. I should. It's probably gonna be another comparison I need to do. I don't know if it was the name or what that really called to me on this one. I mean, it's not super unique, but it's still pretty. It's really not that unique. I look at it. Oh, well. And then Rogue's Poison Apple. Of course, this was for Snow White. I forgot what the original theme was. It's over black. There's Poison Apple. Actually, it's pretty decently opaque in the 2 coats for the flakies. I have a black one. I have these black swatch sticks that I bought for the videos, and I keep forgetting to use them. That really brings out the flakies. I'll use my Memento Mori by Cirque. It's been sitting there for I don't know how long, probably over 10 years. Might have to thin it. Put that over it. And then the DRK for Happy 2025. Just shake it up a little. I didn't realize that. I think Hillary, I think she was the one I first heard that mentioned you have to shake the bottle magnetics up. Pretty sure it was her. In between a few nails, because I guess the pigment settles, and that's why sometimes it doesn't magnetize that well. Okay, so that's unmagnetized, which is also very pretty. Look at that. That is amazing. I tell you, a lot of the Brazilian, I think DRK is one of the Brazilian brands. They are just, I don't know what it is. They just speak to me. So you can see there. Yeah, so that's my little, put the lid on again. That's my little amount of purchases for July. And there's the LA Colors Nova over the brown and Sunray over this blue. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the pretty polishes, and I hope to see you in the next video.